Hey coin collectors, and welcome to DC Coin Roll International Coin Channel. And this, my friends, is one of the weirdest nickels that we've ever made in the United States of America. Just a strange kind of nickel. It only comes up in 1 year, and that's the year 2005. It comes up with two different backs on it. The American Bison back and the Oceans in View or Western Waters or Pacific back. These coins were designed specifically for the year 2005 using a likeness of Thomas Jefferson, I believe, from a statue that was made of him. It says, "Oh God, in God we trust," it says up here. Liberty here. In this script here is the cursive is in Thomas Jefferson's own writing, as they describe it. There's a P there for Philadelphia, and then there's a 2005 down at the bottom. This coin, this Philadelphia coin, came both in a regular business strike and in a satin finish. The regular business strike right here, they made 394 million of them. The satin finish, which is right here, and the satin finish, the only way to get the satin finish, unless somebody splits it up, is to actually get the uncirculated mint sets. In 2005, they made 1.2 million uncirculated mint sets. They sold them for $17 each. Now they're selling for around $10 or $12. So if you can get the uncirculated mint set from 2005, you can get one of these satin finish coins. And there are 1.16 million of them available. Tip this one over and we see that it's a smooth edge coin. Remember, the U.S. nickel is not mostly nickel. It is mostly copper. And you can tell a little bit by the hue here. We get a little bit of an oranging here from the light. And that's because the nickel is 75% copper and 25% nickel. All right, what is this on the back? Well, this is, of course, from the westward expansion, the Lewis and Clark nickels. And this is the final one of them. As they went through, they started with the treaty version that came after the Louisiana Purchase in 1803. This is a Native American shaking hands with a official from the United States of America. This is the actually officer here, and this is the Native American with the design, the eagle design on their coat. This was the first one. The second one was the keelboat version. Here, there's Lewis, and actually says Lewis and Clark on it. The third one, we've already shown you, was the American Bison. And the fourth one was taken from the diary of Captain William Clark, or the journal, I guess you call it, of Captain William Clark. From November 7th, 1805, they finally saw the Pacific. So they had started out, I believe, in St. Louis, Missouri, went up along the Missouri River, across through all the states, and then got to Oregon and went all the way across Oregon. And you see it says E Pluribus Unum here, United States of America here, Lewis and Clark down at the bottom, and 5 cents. These are all dots, they're not stars. And then right here from his diary, this is a quote, "Ocean in view, oh the joy." And you look down and you see this Pacific coastal scene. Some people call this the Ocean in View coin. Some people call this the Western Waters coin. Some people call this the Pacific View coin. You can take your choice. It doesn't really matter. Except if you want to look it up, you may want to look up all three, because if you're trying to find it, you may have to try the different labels. All right, so this is the Philadelphia satin finish. The satin finish, they made 1.16 million of both the Philadelphia and the Denver. They also made this at the San Francisco Mint, and there's a San Francisco Mint coin. And this is maybe one of the best San Francisco Mint nickels I've ever seen, just in terms of the quality. Just really beautiful. And this, with this kind of polishing on here, this is the kind of coin that it really works for. If we get down to the bottom, we'll see the engraver's initials on here. There's both of them down on the truncation of the neck. There's a J and an F here, and that's for Joe Fitzgerald. And then there's a D and an E here for Don Everhart. That's who engraved the front of these coins. As I said, it was a one-off. It only came on 2 coins, the American Bison nickel from 2005 and the Ocean and View nickel. On the back, we had 2 different engravers. Well, not really 2 different. Joe Fitzgerald helped with the front and the back, so there's his JF there. And Donna Weaver was the other engraver on the back, and you probably recognize her from other coins. There's the DW. If you're looking for this coin, you can find it in a number of different ways. You can find it just off the rack and look through your nickels. You can find it in the uncirculated mint sets, which is going to have this satin finish on it. You can find it in the silver mint sets, which is going to be this coin. And you'll also find this same coin in the clad or the copper nickel clad mint sets. So this same coin comes in both of the San Francisco mint sets, and it'll have an S on both of them. All right, now have we actually looked at the D? Let's see if we can find one with a D on it. No, that's a P. That's one thing that that you'll find on these sometimes. There's one with a, look at that, jeez. That one took a beating, that poor nickel. But that's a Denver mint. That's a Denver mint they made, of course, 1.16 million satin finish, and then they made 411 million. So this is another year where they made 11 or 12 million, no, 15 million more at Denver than they made at Philly. And there are some years like that. The Denver mint coin, not this one, but if you can get an MS65, is probably only worth at $1 to $2 because they made so many good ones. Maybe I should save this one because there's not many that look like this, but there's a lot that look like these ones. The San Francisco mint coin is worth about $5.50, and that's because they made 3.34 million with the S on it, and there just aren't many of them around. And the Philadelphia coin is also worth about $1.25 regular and $4 to $5 in this satin finish. All right, that's all we have today from DC Coin World International Coin Channel. We'd love to have you subscribe to the channel and leave any comments you might have in the comments section.